Hey, it's Jen from Not So Mystical Tarot. You can find me on Instagram at Not So Mystical Tarot or notsomysticaltarot.com. We're going to do readings for January 2021. I focus a lot on career, money, finance, but you never know. You may see some relationship things pop in there for you guys. This is going to be for sun, moon, or rising. And what I suggest that you do is watch all three of the signs that pertain to you. You can find that on the link in the description. There's a ton of free websites where you could just Google that too, to get your natal chart for free. It'll give you all of that information. So head there if you don't know your moon and rising sign. Otherwise, let's just get started. We've got Aries, January 2021. We see the 10 of Wands and the Page of Cups. Okay, pages bring messages. So the first thing we're going to see for our Aries people is you have emotional baggage that you are carrying that is not. I tell you, I'm going to do career, money, finance, and what happens? We're going to talk about emotional baggage. But here we see, oftentimes with this 10 of Wands, when you have picked up all these wands, generally they don't belong to you, and you pick them up to help other people, and you carry them around, and it's really, really off-putting. It makes you very resentful, and you're just getting a message here from the Page of Cups that says, hey, you know what? We're having a mental health check-in, and you are carrying a whole bunch of things that do not belong to you. So if you fall in this Aries category for your sun, moon, or rising, you're going to want to be really, really careful about the emotional baggage that you pick up. And it's not too late for you to stop, completely unburden yourself and move forward, because like I said, a lot of times these things that we carry don't belong to us at all. I'll get one card from the Not So Mystical Tarot deck too, just to kind of give us a little bit of an insight there. And we come up with the Judgment card. Judgment in its purest form, just saying, you know what, I'm putting everything out there, and this is who I am, and I can take this and I can't take that. Let the chips fall where they may, and do whatever it is you need to do to free yourself from this. And we will move on to Taurus and see what we have for Taurus. January 2021, what messages do we have for Taurus? We have got the King of Pentacles and Judgment. Okay, so we're going to have some resounding energy here. King of Pentacles, all about your money, career, finances, your environment, the tangible things that are around you. It is time. I don't know if maybe you overspent during the holidays, or you've been overspending like on Amazon since the pandemic started. Whatever the case may be, we are in January, and the King of Pentacles has himself together. So it's really important right now that you look at your finances, you look at your environment. You know, is your house a mess? Is your desk a mess at work? Are your projects not finished? Or do you have yourself together? And either way, when we talk about judgment here, we want to make sure that we are coming clean, kind of putting all of our cards out there to say, you know, I'm going to keep what's good, I'm going to get rid of what's bad. But either way, I'm getting back to basics, and let the chips kind of fall where they may, because you got to take care of you. The King of Pentacles is always going to take care of his business. And I'm going to pull one down here from the Not So Mystical pile, and we have the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so if you have overspent a little bit, this is the time to write that around. And one thing I want to say, my Five of Pentacles is a little bit different. You know, the common rider weight one has the people outside in the snow, and they're looking like pretty miserable and unhappy. These people are also outside in the snow, but see the difference? What are they doing? They're going into the store. They're going inside. Okay, they are getting the help that they need. They're making the choice to say, okay, I need some help here, I need some guidance, and I'm going to go inside and get what it is that I need. I'm not just going to stay outside and be cold and miserable. So time to get some things righted around in the financial department for you, Taurus. And we'll head to our Geminis. What do we have going on for Gemini? Gemini, we've got the Nine of Cups and the Seven of Swords. What are we holding on to, Gemini, that okay, I'm trying to think of a nice way to say this. I feel like there's something that we're lying to ourselves about. Like we get to into this like thing of self-love, I love me and I'm okay with me and I'm okay being me and all this kind of nonsense. But I feel like part of you thinks that's a lie. So if there are some things that you're lying to yourself about, this is the time to come clean. You don't have to come clean to any people. You just have to come clean to yourself and either just knock that off or do whatever you need to do to get out of that mindset. Because sometimes we can mask a lot of stuff with self-love. We can continue down a path that isn't good for us because we love ourselves enough and it's okay. So I want to just be really careful with that. I'm going to grab a not so mystical down here from the pile just randomly, and we get the Four of Wands. So really important that you inspect your foundation. Four of Wands is a solid foundation. It's a strong platform to build on in our relationships, in our home life. And if there's something that's not quite right, this is really the time to address it because that's pretty important stuff, right? All right, Gemini, we're going to move on to Cancer. We have for our Cancers, January of 2021. We have the High Priestess and the Nine of Cups. Interesting. We just talked about this with the Geminis, but this is in a different way. The High Priestess is your intuition. And I feel like there is something here. There's something that you know about and you're not talking. And it's important that you come out of your shell and really be willing to share who you are with the people in your life. I feel like you keep a lot of that locked inside of you, and you're like, well, they know I love them, but they don't. They don't know because you need to tell them. So there's somebody in your life. I mean, you know how you feel, but they may not know how you feel. So be really, really clear with the people in your life that you love and care about. Be really clear with yourself and follow your intuition. You know what you need to do, so do it. That's it. I'm going to pull a not so mystical card for you too. And we've got the Magician. This is really a beautiful card to go with this because the Magician shows all the elements are here. You can see you've got the cups, you've got the wands, you've got the pentacles, you've got the swords even over here. You've got everything available to you. All you have to do is ask. So not only do you know what you need, but you know how to get what you need. So be willing to put yourself out there. Be willing to ask for what you need so that in return you can give other people what they need too, because they do need to know how you feel. Okay? All right, Cancer. Move on to our Leos. What do we have for Leo? The Knight of Wands for Leo and the Queen of Cups. Well, that's an interesting Leo, because you are very passionate people anyways. Now, what did I say? We're going to do all this career, money, finance, and what do we end up with? We end up with a bunch of love and passion, right? Like, it's just the way it goes sometimes. This to me says you need to follow your passion. There is something that you truly love, and it could be someone that you truly love, or you also, the other thing I see, especially when I'm using this deck, when we see the Queen of Cups, a lot of times I say, I really want you to focus on self-care. And this could also be that you need to be passionate about the care that you show yourself. You will know, because that's a general reading. You kind of have to take what works for you, check your moon and rising signs. But I want you to just observe this one thing. When you look at her, her face doesn't really look happy to me. So I always feel like while she's this nurturing and beautiful soul, I also feel like she's a little bit of a martyr. Like, she's so busy doing for everyone else that she's sort of a disaster on the inside. So when I see this in combination, I do feel like there's a possibility this could be a love thing, but I also think that this also could be, it might be really time for you to be passionate about taking care of yourself. Especially in the beginning of the year. We've been through a lot collectively this last year. At this time last year, we didn't know what was coming, but now we know what has transpired. Okay, it is really time to find a way to love yourself as well and be as passionate about loving yourself as you are about other people. We're also going to pull a not so mystical card here. Maybe I'll just leave these up here. We'll grab one of these and see what we get. Interesting. We do have the Ace of Pentacles, and opportunity kind of comes your way, and maybe it comes your way through finding a way to love yourself. So find that way to love yourself, put that effort into you, and you may be very surprised at the opportunities that you see. This can be career, money, and finance. And you know what? When you love yourself a real lot and you put effort into yourself, oftentimes that confidence is very attractive to people, and that can provide you opportunities in your career. So be mindful of that when you are, think about it, like if you go to a networking event and people are like haggard and stressed and look unglued, that's like the last person that you want to talk to in an event like that. But somebody that walks in that's calm and cool and collected and self-assured and well cared for, those are the people that you gravitate towards. So keep that in mind, and maybe that this may make sense for just one person, but I'll be interested to hear how it works for you. All right, we're going to move on to our Virgos. What do we have for the Virgos? January 2021. We have got the Eight of Wands and the Five of Wands. Okay, Virgo, I know this lockdown, all these things have been pretty stressful for you, and I feel like you are feeling frustrated. Like you have all this energy and you're just wasting time. Virgos never, hardly ever waste time. I will say that. Although when you do decide to waste time, you guys go from 100 miles an hour, finishing every project in the world, to 2 days on the couch. I'm married to a Virgo. I know how this works. But you Virgos, I will say, are some of the most prolific and amazing people. And I have a feeling that this lockdown has just put you in a state of enough is enough is enough. And you are feeling frustrated and irritated and stressed out. And you need to find a way to expend this energy that doesn't feel like this. This is just like this clacking around kind of stuff. And the feeling and what I'm hearing immediately is, do not waste time with people or things that are not for you or that you do not have any interest in. I feel like you do spend a lot of time making people happy, and it makes you unhappy to do that, if that makes sense to you. I'm sure it does, but you'll have to let me know. And we're going to grab a not so mystical. I'm just going to I don't want to make a big scene of shuffling them or whatever. I just want to we'll just get one out of the pile and see what we get. Okay, you got the Five of Wands again. It's a mismatch. Like, it's hard to see in this. Like, there's like all these different birds and these weird trees. Nothing matches. Nothing. For the Virgo, a return to normalcy would make you a really happy person. This clickety-clacky business here, this frustrating doing a bunch of stuff and not accomplishing anything, or this constant disarray where things just don't feel right. I feel like you guys really want to go back to your routine, and I don't blame you a bit. Use this momentum and this energy to create whatever routine you can to make you feel not like this, not like you're wasting time clacking around. Even if you need to get up with an alarm, take a shower, even if you're off work for a couple of weeks or you're working from home, you need to get fully dressed. If you are staying home for the pandemic and you're Zoom calling, you need to have pants on, not your sweatpants and your slippers and a nice top. You need to have, you don't need to have like, if you're a guy, a button down shirt and a tie in your boxers on the Zoom call. You need to show up. And I feel like for the Virgos, you really needed to get out, and you need to expend all of this energy, because I feel like you guys are really frustrated. So find a way that you can get out, find a routine. It's really important for you to establish a routine right now. I can't be strong enough about that. So please do whatever you can to make that happen, Virgo. And we'll move on to our Libras. Libra has got the Ace of Cups and the Three of Swords. Okay, Libra, you have an opportunity here to change I don't feel like this is you having any kind of broken heart or sadness. I feel like you have an opportunity to change the way someone else feels. This also could be an opportunity to repair a hurt that you caused, being that Libras are air signs. They are the swords. You have Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini that are the air signs. So it is possible, Libra, that maybe, throughout this weird year we've had, you have hurt someone or you feel bad about something. You're having this like nice rush of emotion and this opportunity here from the universe. It's like handed to you to kind of repair this. And I feel like you really have the ability to um, to make that better in whatever way that looks like for you. Like I said, this is a general reading, so you'll need to watch your moon and your rising signs and take what makes sense to you. I'm sure you will understand what this is though, because the collective energy really is it's pervasive. So I'm sure you'll get something. And I'm gonna pull a not so mystical and see what we get here too. Yeah, you get the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is a whatever card. If you can see here, there's people that are like kind of arguing. There's people sitting alone. It's just a miscommunication. So I definitely feel that there are some amends that need to be made. I don't feel like you were the one that got hurt. I feel like maybe by mistake you said something that could have offended someone, or maybe I don't know, you ignored someone, but there was some kind of miscommunication that caused somebody to feel really bad. And there's a way that you can fix that, even if you weren't the cause. Just like your happy attitude, the way that you are, may really help someone heal. So take that opportunity today to do that cool thing. Okay, Libra. We're gonna move on to our Scorpio. See what we got for Scorpio. We have got the King of Cups. You are the water sign. And the Knight of Swords. Okay. All right, Scorpio. I want you to just take a deep breath here, because you have this King of Cups, and the King of Cups is very controlled. He's got his mind made up about how things go. He's in control of his emotions. And I'm a Scorpio rising, so I know how it feels to have that emotional turmoil kind of happening all the time. It's just the way that we are. But you are having this rush. Knights are bringers. This is a rush of intellectual energy. So it really feels like you having your emotions in check is going to allow you to make the most of this energy that's coming. You have the this is like the mental acuity and agility that like opens businesses and makes really good financial decisions, and um makes choices that are really healthy. And I didn't mean healthy emotionally, mentally, physically, all of it. I really feel like you staying in control of your emotions allows you to make the most of this energy. And we're going to get a not so mystical card here too to see what that relates to. Wow, you got the King of Wands here. And that is some serious fire energy. So you have two kings here. It feels like you are very possibly something that you're very, very passionate about will be able to come to fruition because of the emotional control that you have and the mental agility that you have as well. So this will make sense to you, I'm sure, but watch your moon and rising to kind of get the full picture and let me know what it is that we're talking about here, because I would be very interested to know. All right. We're going to go on to our Sagittarians. What do we have for Sagittarius? We have the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Swords. Okay, this is an easy one, Sagittarius. There is something that you are absolutely able, you know exactly what's going on, but you are completely ignoring it. And I'm not trying to be like super hard on you, but this is really, really obvious to me. There is like, it would be like an example would be when you know something is going on that's very shady, but you're choosing to just not deal with it, whether it pertains to you personally or other people. So there is something going on. There is something, I don't feel like you're doing the shady thing, but there is some shady business going on that you are well aware of and you know about it. And you're kind of called on to snap out of it and deal with this issue, whether you distance yourself from it or not. But definitely you are making the choice to not see what's happening. So it's really important. I feel like it could impact you negatively if you don't deal with it. So we're gonna get a not so mystical. I think it's gonna be this one. And we've got the Two of Wands. Okay, this is going to impact your immediate future, so it is important that you do deal with this. It's in time is of the essence. Okay, so whatever this is, if it's someone that you know or a business partner or someone is being shady or being weird or doing something they shouldn't be doing, you may not be able to stop them, and I don't really feel like that's your job, but you do need to address it and you know, take the blindfold off and walk away from it. Get away from it because it will impact you in your near and immediate future, okay? So, that's what I have for you, and I'm super nosy, so feel free to send me a message and let me know what I'm talking about here, okay? We're going to go on to Capricorn. Capricorn, we've got the Ace of Cups and the Four of Wands. This is really nice, Capricorn. I know that you don't always want to get down with the emotional, things that are going on, but this is a really nice reading for you for this time. You have some emotional openness. The universe has like afforded you like a glimpse of just because you're very driven. Capricorns are very driven. They're very routine oriented, and I think you get a minute to step back and look at your family, your connections, your foundations. And I think this is just asking you to enjoy that, just to take some time and just enjoy the things that you've built, the foundations that you've laid, the family that you have, the relationships that you have solidified. Just take some time and spend some time in gratitude for these things. Maybe show those people how you feel about them. But either way, just kind of take a long look at where you started and where you are now, and appreciate, just spend some time in gratitude and appreciation. We got a not so mystical we're gonna get here. You do have the Knight of Swords, so yeah, like I said, it's kind of like you can see he starts out here as like a little horse person, and then they end up, you get the unicorn, and then you get the wings. It's a growth, it's an intellectual growth. I think this is kind of like saying take a look way back and see how far you've come in all of these areas, and really just have some gratitude for that. Use like your witty sharp mind that you have, and just really look back on all those things and see the reality of the progress that you've made, and just be kind of grateful for it. Not super intense, but that's okay. Watch your moon and rising. That may give you a little more information too. We're going to go on to our Aquarians. Aquarius, we have the Five of Pentacles and the Fool. All right. Being an Aquarius, I always, have to think about myself, but when I see this, I think we have some old thoughts that recur about money, operating from a sense of lack, and it's time for something different. And if you see these people, this is why my not so mystical Five of Pentacles is different than this card. This is a nice warm church. These people are outside. You don't see them making any motion to like look in or go in. They're just outside in the cold being miserable. And this is, to me, this screams, I am operating from a place of lack. And it happens, no matter what great plans we have, we can easily fall back into being in this place where we're like feeling like we have to claw and scrape to survive, and that is not what the universe has for you. And I think we're being asked, and I'm already like, I can't breathe, to take like that deep breath and step off the sledge into a different way of being. This is not, we are no longer feeling the need. This is the age of Aquarius that is coming right now. We no longer need to operate from a sense of lack, because we really we kind of are the future Aquarian. Okay, we're it. So it's our age, it's our time. This is done and gone for us. This does not apply anymore. It's time to think of everything in a new way, and that everything is really truly possible, and operating from a sense of lack is like so 2020. Like, we're not going to do that. I'm going to grab a Not So Mystical too and see what we get. Death. I love this card. So don't be all like, oh no, it's the death card, because look, it's beautiful. It's symbolic and it's beautiful in its way of saying goodbye. We're saying goodbye to this sense of lack. It's no more. It's done. I have a Scorpio rising, so death is also the card for Scorpio. So I'm really feeling like, hey, maybe this is just all about me, because Aquarius all about me. But no, I don't think it is. I think it's for all of us. This is, like I said, it's the end of an age, and we are starting into the second age of Aquarius, and it's gonna be pretty serious. So get ready. And we're gonna just finish up with our Pisces. What do we have for Pisces? We have the moon. Gosh, you guys get that all the time. And you are the moon. This is your card, Pisces. And the Wheel of Fortune. Pisces, this year, this January, this time is going to be exactly what you make of it. I want you to be really careful, Pisces. You are so genuine and so sweet and so kind. I want you to be careful that people don't take advantage of you. Just because someone is acting nice to your face does not mean that they care about you. I don't know why I feel the need to tell you this, but I want you to be very careful. Things are not always the way they appear. And this Wheel of Fortune says, ooh, good things are able to come to you, but you must be ready to receive them. And if you are mired up in something that is not your problem, you may not be in a place to be ready. So be ready to receive the good things and make the choices so that you get those good things. We are going to get a Not So Mystical right now and see what you get about that. The rubber chicken. Rubber chicken is all about letting it go. My husband has a phrase, sometimes life is too ridiculous to bear. That's it. If something is just too ridiculous for you to deal with, it's time to cut it loose. Let it go. Move on. Take the good things. Don't play with all this mess. I love you all. Thank you for watching.